Hey fellow comrades, how you guys been doing? Welcome back to our newest Pokemon XY Wi-Fi battle. Today we got ourselves a match against Francis, and this match, oh man, this match. Let's just say that I've been ignoring a couple of facts. This match was a no restriction match, which I bear to notice, and so my Pokemon aren't even level 100, which is a huge disadvantage, but we're gonna see how we're gonna try to handle this one. But you're gonna see. Anyways, I'm gonna lead with Ditto. I know for a fact he's gonna lead with Darkrai. Darkrai's tend to be a very common lead amongst the Uber tier, and he was actually looking for some Uber matches on that particular day, so I cannot really judge him that much for bringing in an Uber. Then again, he was actually the one accepting my challenge, so I don't know how to feel about that. But anyways, he was expecting me to be Scarf to lock myself into, into a Dark Void move, of course, because Primeape is immune to the likes of such. He's gonna switch into it, but unfortunately that was not the case, as I do hit him that Focus Blast and then afterwards switch now to Edgy Slash in order to preserve, my Ditto at a reasonable amount of health. But he's actually Life Orb, which is definitely something that took me by surprise, because most of the Primeapes I've seen back in the days were Scarf, Bandit, maybe an Expert just for the sake of trying to, kind of give people that bit of unsafetiness. But I don't know, Life Orb, it is fast enough. So Kinglor comes in. I didn't want to really stay in with my Edge Slash just in case he does Sword Dance on my King Shield, which was to be expected, but he actually did make the right move, go for the knock off my Scope Lens, which in general is really pretty much an item that I can definitely sacrifice if anything else. But then again, looking at my team, I switch out to this. After that thing comes in, after I took out that Kingler, this is a huge problem, because I barely noticed my level, and how forcefully I switched this in, I was starting to really hope that my opponent was ignored the level as well. So he manages to switch out. Excellent, excellent. So level 63 cannot really compare to level of Latias that is at level 100. Not to mention he was running Calm Mind in the back of his pocket. So look at how slow the HP was going down, and this is super effective, and that is Primeape. It really does show the level difference there. But we managed to get a kill, and again he was pretty much in a struggle position. Maybe Latias only has a Dragon move as offense, like Recover, Calm Mind, but I highly doubt that's the case. Still, Volt Switch took me out. The amount of HP that was going down was so fast, it really does reveal the level difference, the strength, the raw power. But in that case, Edgy Slash comes in. Jolteon, after Volt Switch taking me out, I can get an upper hand by seeing his switch, and in this case, my opponent is gonna switch in his Latios, which is a huge threat, but the way this Latios is represented got me a bit surprised, because I've never seen Latios running Protect, and it's like he's got a threatening team, no doubt, and not to mention that two of my Pokemon are quite useless just because the level they tend to represent. Mega Garou has already been taken down, and then I got myself a Staraptor that is at level 43, I believe, so that's already like using 4 Pokemon against his 6. So no matter what kind of moves he's running, if he still runs the most common moves such as Psyshock or Psych or Dragon Pulse and so forth, it could be a huge threat no matter what. So at that point, I definitely gonna approach this match a bit differently. I'm just gonna be focusing on attacking. I could have gone for the Shadow Sneak, but I was like, nah, just go for Iron Head. Maybe he's gonna expect that, maybe he's gonna protect, who knows. Still, I guess I could have gone for the King Shield, thinking about it. Still, Jolteon comes in next after his Latios has been taken down. He's got Latias as well, which is kind of interesting, because that is like sister-brother stuff going on. Probably his whole family, Jolteon. I'm not even sure where Jolteon comes into that line, but Jolteon is around. And then we got Freddy Krueger, the Darkrai, putting in some nightmare. This match is a nightmare. This match, man. Volt Switch, I'm guessing the Jolteon is choice specs. I was not expecting it to take it out at that amount of HP I was at. Edgy Slash was still pretty healthy, and still, it's stab, but it's only 70, so I was kind of expecting it to not be enough. Anyways, I could have gone for the Focus Blast, but the reason is I didn't want to go for it, because again, Focus Sash is Fiend, and just missing with Focus Blast is quite common amongst us players. As you guys are well aware, the move got its own name, called Focus Miss. So names, you know, behind such title should never be relied upon. Anyways, Regice comes in after he extremely early wakes up. Quite incredible. Darkrai just doesn't want to take none of that nightmares. That's quite bad. I was kind of thinking, well, you know, 2 can play this game. I kind of want to wake up. I want to preserve this Regice for that Latias of his. And you're going to see that preserving stuff like this, even in the worst case scenarios, can be quite crucial to the game itself. As Staraptor comes in pretty much for the sake of sacrificial things. Unfortunately, Staraptor is just going to need to take the dust. He was at level 45, I guess he wasn't at level 43, but those 2 levels up aren't really going to be helping me much, considering against level 100s I would have been destroyed even by Caterpie. So yeah, that's a huge level difference there. It's like an ultimate boss battle. Yes. Anyways, we managed to put him back to sleep. You know, I kind of like him being back to sleep. It's kind of, you know, it's kind of take down all the stress of this match. Like, whew, the threat is asleep, thankfully. Anyways, I switch out to Hydreigon because I want to make a bit of a more offensive approach, just in case he does decide to wake up early again. And he switches out to Jolteon as well, as he goes for the Hidden Power Ice, because normally Jolteon is faster. He is probably choice specs. And I summon some Dracometers, but because Jolteon does have an immense special defense, he managed to take it quite well. Now here is where he made a really good move. Gotta give him props for this. The reason he didn't took down my Hydreigon with Jolteon is so my Regice cannot come in and try to wake up on the Jolteon, because he is of course choice specs. That could have been a very big problem. And of course, you know, that would have only given me a safe turn to wake up. And he decided to have that Hydreigon as an opportunity to set up a Calm Mind or 2 as he faces his Regice afterwards. So the winter is coming, very, very big threat right now. Calm Mind, Latias is a big threat, but luckily I did decide to change my moves from Ice Beam to Frost Breath, because honestly, in cases like this, Frost Breath is a must. If I'm not mistaken, Frost Breath does have an accuracy to actually miss. I believe it's not 100%, but luckily we're actually managing to crit, you know, because of course Frost Breath does always crit. You know, we are still hidden, so that's quite lucky. So keep on going for that Frost Breath. Again, at least the amount of damage to where I can switch out to Ditto and then go for the Dragon Pulse. It's pretty much the end game. This is pretty much gonna be putting everything into place. This is the judgment day right here, ladies and gentlemen, because his Latias is his own problem, his own bane of his own existence towards his team. This Latias, when it's pissed off, this sister can rampage towards its whole family, and it's really not gonna be a pleasant sight to behold. So what I want to do here is, again, like I said, take it down to a point where Dragon Pulse from its own Latias can take it out and pretty much rule supreme upon everything else. So I'm kind of getting scared a bit, because Latias does have the bulk, and being that how well it takes this Frost Breath, because crits do go through the special defense boost, I'm like, okay, I gotta go for the Charge Beam. It's now or never. Let's see if he's gonna recover again, get that 70% Charge Beam special attack increase, which is like hitting a, it's like connecting a Focus Blast. So that's pretty, you know, that's pretty lucky on my behalf. Go for the Frost Breath, doing a much more considerable amount. This is incredible, because that needed damage there is pretty much what's gonna seal the deal. But Latias avoids the move on the most crucial moment, but honestly it wasn't really the most crucial moment. Probably the most crucial moment was if I decided to miss Charge Beam or Frost Breath on those previous turns, because we still managed to dent the Latias to where it's not gonna take my Dragon Pulse, or do we say, you know, her own Dragon Pulse, and we managed to take it out. The reason I was kind of scared is because of all the Coal Mines boosting her special defense could have kind of like negate all that special attacks from her own self. And afterwards, seeing that, you know, his team doesn't really appreciate dragons in general, Latias with Scarf with +5 or +4 is pretty much gonna go rampage towards every single member that is still, you know, still standing and still alive. In this case, Darkrai, Freddy Krueger, unfortunately, is really not gonna appreciate taking the you know, the Dragon Pulse, going directly into his dreams and absolutely decimate everything that is inside that screen. So that was the game. Good game, Francis. I had lots of fun with this one. I do need to mention that I didn't feel that big competitive aspect towards this match. Like, you know, I feel like this was really fun, but at some point I was like, some of the stuff he did were questionable. Some of the stuff I brought without even noticing the no restriction were extremely questionable. But by the end of the day, it was a very close match and I had a lot of fun. So hope you guys have enjoyed this match as much as I did. Give it a like if you did. Thank you very much, guys, for continued support, and until next time, take care. Peace.